2011, I did a smaller paper called Choosing the Wrong Drivers for Whole System Reform. And it said the wrong drivers are testing and narrow punitive assessment, their individualism. I'm going back to 2011 now. They are technology used superficially or too much. And the fourth one was fragmentation. So when the Center for Strategic Education in Melbourne, we got together about 6 months ago, and however it came up, why don't we do a 10-year anniversary paper, The Right Drivers? So that's the report that you described. It came out in February 12th. And if you just go down, I'll just say go down the wrong drivers. Academic obsession, where everybody's preoccupied. This occurred, incidentally, a lot of the problems were already there, definitely deeply there, December 2019, let's say it back. They just became aggravated or out of the open. So academic obsession distorts the purpose of learning for most students. Second one is what I call machine intelligence, additional artificial intelligence that's being is soulless, really. I don't mean all artificial intelligence is not useful. We'll come back to that. The third one is the way that money has been invested. Let's take the US in the last 40 years. The profits from the GDP have gone almost exclusively to the owners and the shareholders, and very little to the workers or the non-workers, where that gap we all know is very, very wide now. And the recent economists, especially the 4 or 5 women who have written their books in the last 3 years, nailed that problem as distorting a galloping inequality, whatever you want to call it, distorting the ability to live, basically. And the fourth one was fragmentation, which is also what we had in 2011. And so I paralleled those with the other side. So if you think of it as the 2 columns, you can read the report. The first one is well-being and learning as opposed to academic obsession, social intelligence as opposed to machine intelligence, quality investment of money for capacity building, and preschooling is a good example of that, compared to the austerity distortion of money and the redistribution of money. And the fourth one, which is the harder one, it's almost your question, is systemness, we call it. So this is too much to try to summarize in the few minutes I have right now, but I said 2 big things, I think, about the nature of that report. One is that I don't want to eliminate the wrong drivers. I want to dampen them. So I want to enhance the right drivers and dampen the weak or the wrong drivers. So that's one thing. The second thing that's important is it's not an implementation plan. It's a treasure map. And I opened the treasures up from the research, the practical research. And I called the right drivers the human paradigm. And I called the wrong drivers the bloodless paradigm.